Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 RHY National Grantee Training. We are so excited that you're here at our welcome reception to kick off an amazing week. My name is Meredith Hicks. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the director of RHY, the Runaway and Homeless Youth Training and Technical Assistance Center. And I am joined by so many of my amazing team members. And we are going to use this time to share some of what we're excited about for this week and hear from you in the chat about what you're looking forward to. So please, if you want to kick us off with your introductions, you can say who you are. You can share your pronouns, your location, your organization, and something you're looking forward to this week. So and this session is designed in 15-minute blocks. So you'll get everything you need in 15 minutes, and then you can go and meet the artists, which is another session that's happening right now. So if you're in our event platform, you can, after this, you can click over and hear some amazing conversations between our youth and young adult artists from the Artistic Expression event. So I am going to be hanging out with Regina and Dash for the next 15 minutes as you all introduce yourselves. So I want to start with Regina. Can you share something that you're looking forward to this week, Regina, and who you are?
Yes, thank you so much, Meredith. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you all. As Meredith said, my name is Regina. Some folks call me Gina, and I am Regina Dix, calling in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you are a visual person, that's right here on the mitten, about right here. And I am the Training and Capacity Building Manager on the Youth Housing Justice team for RHY. And I'm so excited about so many things. I just can't really list them all, but I will say one thing that I'm extremely excited about is the youth presence that's here. We are elevating youth in a bigger and better way this year. And Spark Sessions, let me tell you, make sure you go check it out. The youth are showing up in such an authentic way. And it's going to be awesome. And you can access that on the CVET Hub and the Attendee Hub. If you go to the community link, and the Spark Sessions will be there, both of them, for tomorrow and on Wednesday. So I've talked enough about all of the things I'm excited about. I'm going to pass it over to Dash so she can talk about what she's excited about.
Tala kia ora, aloha from the South Pacific, even though I'm not currently in the South Pacific. So I am calling in from Anchorage, Alaska, or the ancestral homelands of the Dena'ina Athabascan people. And yeah, so it's super early on my end. It's, if you're, like what Regina was saying, if you're visual, so this is Alaska. And I am right here in Anchorage, Alaska, so just right in the middle. And I am excited. So this will be my first national training with you all. And I'm excited, honestly, just to, I can echo. Okay, we're good. All right. I'm just excited to really get to connect with like everyone, because there's so many people. As you can see, the chat is just like, I'm trying to read through the chat of like who's here, but I can't keep up. So, and I think that's gonna be the situation throughout all the different sessions, all the different workshops. And I think the other part that I'm also excited for is really being able to go back and watch other sessions that you weren't able to, because they're happening, simultaneously. So you weren't able to be at one. You can always go back and rewatch that. So I'm excited for that piece. So I might just take like a whole day or a whole, a whole evening-ish just to watch through all of those as well. But yeah, I'm excited for everybody here. We have so many people from all across the country. So we'll just pass it back to Meredith here.
Yeah, and that's so true. We have so many time zones represented right now. So good morning, good afternoon. I hope everyone feels rested and ready for a great week. Regina and Dash mentioned some of the amazing workshops that we have, and you can view all of those in the All Sessions tab. It'll show you each day the workshop blocks. If you click on them, you'll get to see who the presenters are. They may have added their bios or pictures. And one workshop that I'm really excited about is called Promoting School and Community Partnerships. In the work that I have done through RHY and through HUD, YHD, PTA, we know that those partnerships are so important. And so I'm excited that we have that workshop as one example of how to continue to deepen those relationships to strengthen our systems for ending youth homelessness. Regina or Dash, do you want to give a shout out to another workshop you're excited about?
Oh yeah, Alternatives for Girls is one thing that I'm really excited about checking out. They are in a sister region to Grand Rapids, which is in Detroit, and they're doing wonderful work centering young ladies who have been trafficked and victimized in different ways. And so that is something that I'm really excited to check out their workshop and learn more about the excellent work that they're doing for the field. And I forgot to mention the dance party. There is so much great content happening here, and that's jam-packed in these next 3 days. I love to dance. And so you might catch me in the dance party, you know, busting some moves. I welcome you all to just join me and, you know, get your groove on. No judgment, just let loose.
Yes, and good. Thank you for sharing that, Regina. This work is hard. This is a space for us to keep learning, for us to share what we know, and also to have a space for some self-care. There's going to be a yoga session. The dance party booth is always available for you. This week is hopefully a gift to you where you can carve out. It's virtual this year, so you need to take your breaks on your eyes. And Dash said, you know, sessions will be recorded so you can catch things later as well, since there's so many great sessions. But yeah, have fun this week. Dash, can you share a little bit more about some of the art that's happening at the national training?
Yeah, so we have, oh goodness, where do I start? Let's just say, if you're looking for a space where young people are just expressing their feelings, their thoughts, their talents, all the above, like that, the expression, I can't even talk right now. The exhibits is definitely where it's at, and you'll get to also meet the artists as well. So you'll get to, speaking of meeting the artists, you can actually utilize the chat, the messages in the CVent Hub, Attendee Hub. You can always message the individual, but make sure if you're on your profile to make your profile visible, because if it's not visible, nobody can find you. So to make sure that that's on, and you can message anyone and everyone that's currently here. I think there was about almost 2,000 people registered. So that's a lot of people. Just to keep that in mind, right? So if you're looking for a specific person, hopefully you remember their first or last name so you can search them on there. But yeah, that's another tip as well.
Thank you. So another great piece that we have this year are exhibitors. So I think we have 15 exhibitors, and you can find that in the exhibitors tab, which is in the teal bar at the top of the event hub. And if you click there, you can go and have conversations, and you can leave messages, and there's live times for exhibitors. So at 12 o'clock noon Eastern every day this week, not today, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you can meet live with 15 different amazing organizations. Regina, who are you going to check out first in the exhibit hall? You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. That is a tough question because there's so many great exhibitors in there. But as far as, I really am excited to see Life Skills Reimagined. I just love that name. And they have a lot of great work that they're doing in the field. And proven results that's cost effective. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, cost effectiveness is super important. And that's one organization that I'm interested in checking out. And come check us out as well in the Exhibitor Hub. We are here to talk about all of the excellent work that we are connected with in the field, a lot of youth and young adults who are working alongside of us in the field, and also awesome initiatives that are happening, and just keeping everyone abreast of what those things are. So many other organizations though, but those are just the things that are just on the top of my mind that I'm thinking of. But yeah, and Chapin Hall, wonderful organization. I'm excited to check them out as well.
Cool. Dash, is there an exhibitor you want to share that you're excited about?
I am all for the youth, so I would say National Network for Youth as one organization that I'm also connected with outside of here, and I think they have pretty good. They're pretty good in a way that, you know, other different strategies, other different ways to connect with young people on a local and national level. So yeah, there's so many great options, and hopefully this is not overwhelming for people, because this is like a lot of information just like being dropped on everyone. But just a reminder that currently we have our we do have our expression happening right now, Meet the Artist Expression Showcase. So feel free to hop in there and, you know, meet the artists, and also just vibe with everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dash. So, and thanks for bringing up youth and young adults. So there are several ways, and if anybody in this welcome session is youth and young adult, welcome, particularly, especially welcome. We're so glad you're here to participate this week and share your experiences and ideas with us as we all learn and grow together. And there's some specific ways that youth and young adults can participate, including that there's a youth and young adult welcome session beginning right after this. So that happens at 1 o'clock Eastern. So that's for youth and young adults 26 and under. Also, just you can, we have youth and young adult presenters. You can participate in workshops via the chat and on video, sharing your ideas. And also there's a youth nook in the exhibitor hall that's just for youth and young adults. So a lot of great ways to participate. The last thing I'll say before we close this little 15-minute segment out, and I'll turn it over to Harpreet. How can grantees connect with others in their region? Regina, can you talk about that? When do grantees get to be with people in their region?
Yes, we have a few different ways that grantees can connect. Of course, in the instant chat feature that Dash talked about of connecting one-on-one, but we have our new grantee orientation happening, and then as well as the regional trainings. And so you'll be able to connect with other grantees in your regions, and then there'll be breakout rooms where you can further and deepen the conversations and connecting that way. And so once the conversations get rolling, please make sure that you access those additional features to connect and expand upon that and those one-on-one chat features that is on the Attendee Hub.
Perfect. Thank you, Regina. So the last things I'll say here, and then you're welcome to hang with us. There's going to be new staff up here sharing new elements of the platform. So you're welcome to hang with us, or you can go and check out the live Meet the Artist session happening right now. And that's going to be for the next 45 minutes. So if you are interested in that, go check it out. And tomorrow at noon Eastern, again, is those live exhibitor discussions. So all of those exhibitors will be in their booths, ready to talk to you. And then the opening keynote begins at 12:30 Eastern tomorrow. So definitely be there. And then if you are a youth and young adults, please join us for the welcome and orientation specifically for youth and young adults beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then for anybody who is a currently funded RHY grantee, the new grantee orientation begins at 2 o'clock p.m. today. So join us for that. And now I will turn it over to Harpreet and the team to keep us going. But if you are interested in the Meet the Artists, you can find that in the homepage or the Sessions tab in the CVent event page. Harpreet.
Thank you, Meredith. Y'all did a great job. There's so much happening not next week, this week. And we're so excited that y'all are here. So I think I'm going to be here with my team. I have new members who will be joining here. So waiting for Kendall, Chandra, and Amba. And there y'all are. Okay, well, welcome everyone. National Training Week. And it's here. It is here. We're here for 2022 RHY National Grantee Training, another virtual training, and I'm glad y'all are here to join us and learn, get a little sneak peek of what's happening this week. So thank you for joining us, and I hope you've had a chance to explore the attendee hub. You can get sneak peek about what workshops are happening, the keynote speakers, and just learn more about what the space will look like, get more comfortable with how to get to the chat sessions, the expo spaces, and just find a way to network and connect. So you please use the time to really explore that space. And as Meredith mentioned earlier, this space is designed as a 15-minute rotation. So every 15 minutes, new members come and we talk about what's exciting happening about national training. So after the 15 minutes, feel free to explore the attendee hub and join our space that's happening for Meet the Artist right now. But otherwise, I'm going to start my conversation with my amazing team members. So let's start with Amba. Amba, what are you looking forward to? What aspect of national training are you really excited about?
I honestly have come for many years, and I have to say that this is the most exciting conference I've ever seen. The incredible, first of all, the design is like next level compared to the ability to reach each other when we were trying to launch through COVID. And I'm excited, especially about the keynote speaker. Let me say he's extraordinary. So I feel like it's going to be a gift to get to hear him, Dr. Ginsburg. And also I'm really, really excited about the centering of the youth throughout all of the workshops. So that's an important part to me.
Thank you, Amba. Yes, I am really, really looking forward to listening to our opening keynote speaker, our closing keynote speakers. It's truly going to be a gift. Dr. Jen Wright will be focusing on practice of healing, and which is, I think, a space we all really need, especially for the past couple of years, what we've been together as a society. So I'm really looking forward to that space. Kendall, how about you? What are you looking forward to?
Hi, everyone. My name is Kendall Arthur. I use she, her pronouns, and I am located in Columbus, Ohio. And this is my second year on the RHY team, but my first national training because I was here last year, but I was having a baby, so I missed last year's. But I am most excited for the workshop on collaborating with Indigenous youth and the opportunity to highlight the voice of a First Nations subject matter expert. You can also, if anybody is having trouble looking for workshops they'd like to attend on your attendee hub, if you select all sessions at the top, you can view a schedule by just selecting which day you'd like to see, and you can see all of our workshops available this week. Chandra, what are you looking forward to?
Hey everyone, I'm Chandra Steininger. I use she, her pronouns, and I am in Phoenix, Arizona right now, where it's sunny and 55. I say that for all my friends back in Michigan and the Midwest who are about to get some snow. I'm excited about lots of things. I think one of the workshops tomorrow is specifically around sexual and reproductive health, and I think that is such an important topic right now, and one that is not only meaningful to me, but also so many youth and young adults across the country. And I certainly saw that when I was working in a drop-in center and in a shelter. So I'm really interested in that work. And those presenters are from Chapin Hall, who is one of our close partners. And being somebody who really gets interested in the research and the data behind the decisions that we make collectively, I think their work is really interesting. And they also have a booth in the exhibitor space. So please check that out, maybe even before attending that workshop.
Thank you both. Yes, I'm looking forward to both of those workshops. Kendall, you stole mine. Really looking forward to the Indigenous Youth workshop and creating, I'm excited that we have this platform and we get to learn more together. So, and another amazing part is all these workshops will be recorded. So I know I can't be in all of them, but I'm glad that we'll have the opportunity to go back and re-listen or watch the ones we have missed. So that way none of this information gets missed and we all get to learn together. So other part that's been really exciting about national training is art. So, if you look at our, just the visuals, it's so colorful, they're beautiful, but how else has art been part of your life this past year? Or if y'all want to talk about how we had youth and young adults involved as artistic, as artists in the national training space.
I am passionate about art in programs. Everybody out here gets tired of hearing my speech about how much more gets accomplished in a youth's growth and resiliency through art than I think through any other vehicle that we have. So I can't ever think that it's emphasized enough, but I think learning from these youth artists and listening to their interpretation of their art will give deeper insight than a panel or direct questions, because this is where the essence of all of their experience and their perceptions is captured. I think the other thing that's very exciting about it, and I'll pass it on as a tip, was that we have in past years collected our youth's art throughout the year and used it in fundraisers to get money for our youth. So without giving their names unless they choose, we have posted their art as part of our silent auctions, and the money went directly to the youth to help them prepare for their next step, expand their wardrobe for work or school, things that really, really help, and also give so much agency and autonomy. So I think listening to the artists this year and thinking about how we can incorporate that in our programs will be a big gift.
Thank you, Amba. Yeah, art is beautiful. It's just more than it speaks. It's raw, it's emotional. It's a really great way to connect, and you can hear so much without words. This is a space where I can ask you how you're feeling, and you might give me a one-word answer, but I look at your art and I can, there's a much deeper connection. And I think we have that amazing art from youth and young adults to see what they've been through, how they're practicing resiliency. So expo booths are a great space to go explore the art that youth have created and meet the artists. We have youth who created the art in the space that's happening right now, Meet the Artists, and you folks can directly talk to them, hear their vision, how this art came to life. And it's beautiful that we get the opportunity to see youth and young adults work. Kendall, did you want to share anything?
One major way that art has been prevalent in my life as a true millennial is through memes, even though they're not a traditional art medium. I think that they're definitely something that we as a field need to lean into and engage as we continue to work with young people. And they are a form of self-expression for a lot of young people. And I think we see a lot of really important trends and messages through the memes and also other forms of social media content that are created out there. And like Harpreet mentioned, we do hope that you all will head over to Meet the Artists, which is going on for the next 35 minutes, and get to interact with some of our amazingly talented young people that we're featuring this year.
Thank you, Kendall. Yeah, memes are great. I think memes make the work keep going. Chandra, how about you? Did you want to share anything?
Yeah, I'd just say, having moved to downtown Phoenix at the beginning of the pandemic, I have really grown a new appreciation for murals. There are so many here, and some of them, many of them by young people. And the messages behind some of those murals are just so powerful. They're just within a few blocks of where I live. There are several Black Lives Matter and just historical murals that give just respect and lift up voices and from our history that I just think are so beautiful. So I love that. And I think those are really awesome opportunities for youth to express themselves in a way that the whole community can appreciate and see. So I'm certainly excited to check out the art that the youth have contributed this year, and the Spark sessions as well, as I know those will be promoting the work of young people too.
Thank you, Chandra. And yeah, if you are really excited to talk to the artist, please join the Meet the Artist space that is happening right now. So that way you can directly connect with the artists who developed these amazing pieces. So, well, I know we're getting close to our time. So before y'all leave, I would like to give you some just few reminders. So we have the Meet the Artist happening right now. During that space, if you would like to step out of this space, that's okay. Yeah, we have Meet the Artist happening that y'all can join. And then tomorrow is the beginning of national training. Today's the kickoff. Tomorrow national training starts, so you will get to, it starts at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and we will have amazing exhibitors. We have amazing opening keynote speaker, Dr. Jen Wright. So please show up at 12:30 and join us in this amazing event. And then if you're a youth and young adult, we will also today at 1 p.m. Eastern, there's youth and young adult welcome and orientation space happening. So please go ahead and join that space. And this is only for youth and young adults. And then if you're currently RHY funded grantee, then we have a new grantee orientation starting at 12 p.m. I know this is a lot happening, but these are a great way to connect and network and learn. So I wanted to share that with you all before you head out. And please explore the attendee hub, explore all the sessions that are happening. Feel free to read the description so you can click your favorites. It will be hard to find, hard to pinpoint which ones you must join because you can't join them all, but remember, they will be recorded. You can find them again on our e-learning space. So, but otherwise, thank you all for being here, joining us for another year of RHY National Grantee Training. We are really grateful to have you here. And I will turn this to Meredith now.
Thank you so much, Harpreet, Kendall, Amba, and Chandra, for sharing your excitement for this week. So we have 158 people in the Zoom room. If you feel like you have received your welcome, feel free to click on the link in the chat and head into our event platform where you can meet the artists, and these are youth and young adult artists that have contributed to the training this year. So you don't need to stay in this space, but you're welcome to, because I am joined now by Roy and Dash and Kristen, and we're going to keep this welcome train going and share from different perspectives about what's going to be happening this week. So again, feel free to stick with us if you want to hear more, and feel free to meet the artists happening live now for the next 30 minutes. So I will, so thank you all for being here. I feel like our RHY team just keeps growing, and we really are representing so much of our country. So why don't we start with introductions and a workshop that you're excited about this week, or something else you're looking forward to this week. Kristen, let's start with you.
Thanks, Meredith. Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Trupa. I'm Deputy Director of Programs at Youth Collaboratory and have the honor of supporting our work with RHY and all the staff that you all know pretty well in our meeting again today. I'm excited to have you all here. I use she, her pronouns. I live in both Illinois and in New Jersey, so I can represent 2 regions at once. It's all about trying to be all over the place when you can. So the thing what I'm looking forward to are a couple of things, Meredith. So did you say it's supposed to be the workshop, or I'm going to talk about connections then. I think I'm super excited to share, and I think we've heard it for those that are on. We have over 1,900 people registered for this event. So the opportunity to connect with folks is huge. You'll see on the website for the national training, there's a community tab. And if you look at that, you'll find ways to connect with each other. And all of the attendees are listed if they're registered, so you can help find them that way. There's a spot for chatting with them to the top right. So make sure you're using that to help with your connections with folks, as well as in these workshop sessions and our Spark sessions. There'll be a networking opportunity. So watch for those times to be able to do that. And the other number I want to throw out that I'm super excited about is of that over 1,900 people, 171 registered as a youth or young adult, self-identified. So huge numbers in comparison to what we've seen in the past of young people that are part of this training with us. So definitely make sure you're connecting with that. We see this throughout the event. We're really trying to center young people in the work, and they are doing it. So a lot of these workshops have young people involved in the creation, the facilitation, and everything across the board. So just be watching for those too. So super excited, just all those connections we can make as we think about our impact moving forward. Dash, what are you excited about? Is there a workshop or something that's really getting you excited?
Well, there is a lot, but there's one in particular, and this is only because I was one of the participants in this this research. So that is the Navigating Youth Homelessness in the Labor Market, and I believe that's with Covenant House International. So that's one of the the workshops that I'm looking forward to, because I think there's a lot of different finds that came out of this research that could be very helpful for not only like grantees, but also organizations as they're looking into the workforce and employment. So I'm really excited about that, and just like sharing all the findings and all the different things. So yeah, so that's my favorite. But I also, before I forget, I just realized there's also if you look at your event hub, attendee hub, there's under community, you can actually just start, there's a game section or a game drop down. You can definitely join in on the game. It's mostly like as you're connecting with people, as you're putting or adding workshops to your calendar, you get points for it. And I think it's pretty cool because you can kind of see like a rating or ranking on the side. So you can definitely tell who is on there, maybe, for a good hour or 24 hours, who knows? And you can definitely tell who's like just like scrolling through. So I think that's another fun way to really, get connected and just like be all around, just checking out the event hub and like looking at all the different options to connect. So yeah.
Thanks for the reminder about the game, Dad. I'm super competitive, so I can't believe I forgot to mention that in the first circuit. So there's a leaderboard in there, so you can get points from adding workshops to your calendar for networking, for attending different things, for checking out the exhibitor tab. So go get your points, check back that leaderboard. Roy, what are you most excited about this week?
Oh boy, there's so much. So good morning, everyone. Roy Graham. I use he, him, his pronouns. I work for Youth Collaboratory. I'm the systems technical assistance lead here, and I'm based in Connecticut. I mean, it's been scrolling really fast, but I have not seen any Connecticut yet. Please, some Northeast people, shout me out to let me know that you're here. I'm seeing all over the country, everywhere. I have not seen Connecticut yet. Or Northeast. So just shout me out, let me know that you are in the building, quote unquote building. What I'm really looking forward to though is I know Kristen mentioned it, over 170 youth and young adult identified in this training. That's absolutely amazing. So it brings me to the workshop that I'm absolutely excited for, and that's, creating a space for positive youth development and youth-driven leadership. And it talks about youth action boards and how youth leadership plays into everything that we do as far as like trying to end youth homelessness. And just with myself working with youth action boards across over 3 communities now across the country, and just seeing young people really take reins and really drive the work and youth leadership, and watching that come together, and watching, the older adults in the room, take a step back and allow young people to own that leadership and own that space. And that's one thing I'm really looking forward to here, is seeing not only the artistic parts of the young people, which, we have a lot of talented young people, but also how they do the work in leadership and how they drive this work that we do. So yes, please, if you have a chance, take a look at the artistic work, but also how young people are driving this work that we do.
Yes, thank you, Roy. That is great. And I can't wait to hear how those themes just resonate in all of our different workshops and conversations in our community spaces, how young people are leading in your RHY programs in your communities. And I will also share, we haven't talked yet about the 3 plenary sessions. And I think there are absolutely going to be threads and themes around youth collaboration and equity that are echoed in those 3 plenary sessions as well. You'll be able to hear from top FISB leadership on those with some opening remarks and welcome remarks and sharing some of the administration's priorities. We have 2 amazing keynote speakers, an opening speaker and a closing speaker. And then on Wednesday, we have our general federal session, and the structure is a little bit different this year. There'll be some runaway and homeless youth updates. And then we have some of our program network partners that are going to be sharing some new tools that are available for you in the field to help support your work through access to new information on the Clearinghouse website, to how to use the new RHY HMIS dashboard that's out. Chapin Hall is going to be sharing the findings from the National Needs Assessment. So there's a lot of great stuff, and of course an opportunity for you to ask questions of federal staff and RHY program network partners. So utilize that time. The chats are available in each session and the Zoom links to ask questions for those presenters. And we welcome that back and forth in conversation. Thank you, Kristen, for dropping this link again. You're welcome to stick with us. If you are hyped up and ready to go meet the artists and explore the event hub, where you can get more details about all of the workshops. As Dash said, you can connect via messaging and play the game. So there's a lot happening there. So, and the first plenary will kick off tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So be sure you are there, because it's going to be a great one. Let's talk a little bit about the exhibitor space, which is another space within our virtual event hub, and you can access it by clicking on exhibitors. It's on the upper right of your teal menu bar in the event hub. And we have that's where you can check out the youth and young adult artistic expression booth. So it's kind of a virtual art experience in that space. We have our provider showcase. So many of you all submitted content around what it's like to do this work in your community right now. And so the providers are in there. And then we have, I think, 15 different exhibitors. So Kristen, Roy, Dash, who are you going to check out in the exhibit hall?
I'll jump in here, Meredith. I want to go through all of them. And it's good because we have that downtime, which we integrated into our agenda, that be able to go and look at things and check it out. So I'm definitely going to look at all of them. But two that really jump out for me is the host home collaborative community. So we know host homes are working well for those under 18 and for those over 18. And we're seeing how we can use this in different ways. So I think it's a great opportunity to what's happening with host homes, what is that community saying and their findings, and how can we apply them? So definitely going to check out that exhibit. And then for those that are that identified as youth and young adults, there is a youth nook. That's not for me, so I won't be attending that one. Though maybe I could get away, but I'm not going to go in there. But in the youth nook, so if you are a youth or young adult or have someone that's coming on and aren't here to know that that's there, have them check it out. It's an opportunity for them to connect with other youth and young adults in this space, and so that they know who they are and get to know them outside of that orientation and welcome area that's going to be happening just after we get done here. So that's where I'm going to check out, like focus in on this time. What about you, Roy? Is there a particular exhibit that's on your mind?
Make sure I'm off mute first. Yes, absolutely. And I would suggest for folks that aren't aware, but I would suggest that it would probably be something that would be beneficial to you, is check out the Apt Associates booth and check out they're a great partner here for us here at Youth Collaboratory. They do great youth work. I know that they lead in spaces because I've done work with them as well as some of the other folks here, and probably a lot of folks in this room or who are going to be here this week, work with the Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program, or YHDP. They do great work around that as well. So if you have a chance, check out the Apt Associates exhibit, and there'll be a lot of great information and ideas there for you to bring with you as you go throughout the week during this all these sessions. How about you, Dash?
I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the National Institute of Mental Health, because I think that's definitely one of the conversations that needs to happen, across the country in a way that's more motivating and more encouraging than just being, taboo. Because for me personally, I'm a Pacific Islander, Samoan specific, and having conversation around mental health is very taboo, and it's very brushed under the rug kind of situation. So I love that this is definitely part of the exhibit booth, because I can definitely go in and check out what are some ways that I can create and start these mental health conversations. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to take a day. It's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to be selfish for just 1 second so you can take care of yourself, and and everyone can, and then you can take care of other people after that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that too. So
thank you, Dash. And that's a good reminder too. In the exhibit hall, there's a dance party booth, which is designed for self-care, to release some energy after all these amazing virtual sessions that we're doing, and a space to just process and have a little fun. We want this week to be really fun and connected. Before I turn it over to Harpreet to lead us into our next session, I want to share just a few closing things. So another thing that's happening this week is our regional networking sessions. And so there are 10 regions, so there are 10 sessions. So check the schedule to see what day yours is happening. These are for RHY grantees. And And that's a great chance to connect with your federal program officers. I know we have a lot of FISB staff here in our welcome and presenting in those spaces and at the plenary session. So we're grateful to be able to share that the space together. And again, Meet the Artist is happening for the next 15 minutes. So if you have been in this space and you are super excited, feel free to leave this Zoom session and join us in the event hub, where you can find the Meet the Artist session and click into that space. Tomorrow at noon, actually, and then later today for RHY grantees, it's new grantee orientation. So if you are currently receiving RHY funding, please join us at 2:00 p.m. Eastern for your new grantee orientation. FISB staff will be telling you so much of what you need to know to get you on a strong path forward. Join us back tomorrow at noon for those live exhibitor discussions. So everyone will be in their booths answering questions, sharing resources, and then following that at 12:30 p.m. the keynote will kick off. And then again, we have 170 youth and young adults registered, which we're so excited. If you are a youth and young adult, please join for the Youth and Young Adult Welcome and Orientation that's beginning in 15 minutes at 1 p.m. Eastern today. So with that, I will turn it over to Harpreet and Regina and Chandra, but feel free to stick with us or head into the other session. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. I see that some folks have left us. So if you have, if you've gotten the information that you need, please don't miss the opportunity to meet the amazing artists. These are youth and young adults that created many pieces of the art. So take advantage of this, head on over to the Meet the Artist space and connect with youth and young adults. So, but otherwise, if some of you are just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited for the 2022 RHY National Grantee Week training, the week, goodness, lost my words there, but the week is beginning. Today is the kickoff, tomorrow the training starts, and we are so excited. A lot of hard work and effort and commitment has put into making this event live, and we're excited to be able to do this for you all, to have you all join us for the space to learn together and grow together and heal. So thank you all for being here. And thank you, Regina and Chandra, for joining me. Y'all are my celebrities for today for this part of the session. Yes. So who would like to start by maybe just talking about how can youth and young adults participate this year? Okay, Regina, you're it.
Sure. Hi, everybody. So excited to be here with you all. My name is Regina Dix. I use she, her pronouns. I am calling in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you are a visual person, Michigan represents the glove and Grand Rapids is right about here. And so one thing I'm very excited about is that youth and young adults are representing hard this year for national training. Almost 200 youth and young adults are registered for the event. All of the workshops that you attend, most of them will be youth and young adults will be presenters. They have helped out with building the content and the research, and they are just showing up in the most authentic and equitable ways, and I am just here for it. One of the areas that I'm super excited about, and that's near and dear to my heart, is the Spark Sessions. So please check that out. It is truly a space meant like in a 15-minute space to just hear the work that in the way that young people are showing up in spoken word. We're kind of like spoken word meets research, meets like a call for action. So awesome. And then the exhibitor space, specifically for young people, we have youth and young adults artistic expression, which is another way to express art and self-expression and showing up in different ways. Totally awesome space that's happening right now until 1 p.m. But yeah, and we have a youth and young adult nook. That's a space just for young people. where they can just kind of woosah and just share all of the brilliance in that room and what they're seeing, how they're showing up, what they're experiencing here. So yeah, I will talk you all to death. So I'm going to pass it on to Chandra, but I'm so excited about being here and all of the ways that folks can experience the national training for the next few days.
Well, Regina, you covered so many of the ways that youth and young adults are showing up. And so I actually want to share a little bit more from the attendee hub and the attendees specifically. So if you are logged in and you go to the little box of squares on your top right, you can see attendees. And I love that you can search by name, organization, title. You can put them in order by first name or organization. So there's just a great way right there to direct message, video call, chat with not just youth and young adults who are choosing to be visible and engaged, but also your colleagues. So I think it was Roy a little bit ago who was just talking about connecting with folks in his area in New York. And I know for me, being newer to the West Coast, I'm really excited to chat with more grantees and organizations out here in Arizona and further west and north. So I am excited about that feature and just how easy it'll be to find people and connect, almost like we're in person, almost.
Almost. We're going to make the best of it. No, thank you for bringing that up, Chandra, because there are over 1,900 folks registered for this event. Like, this is a huge event. It would be easier if it was just 10 or 15 of us and you can just find the person you want to talk to. So I'm really grateful that we have the search feature so you can find your previous colleagues, your previous co-workers, folks from across the country, connect with them, message with them. You can do video calls, you can chat them. It's amazing the opportunity you have on this platform. So go explore, take advantage of all these opportunities. And talking about connecting, I have a question for you all. If you would like to share the secrets with grantees, how they can connect with their regions, with their FPOs.
Yeah, I can chat about that a little bit. Every region is going to have its own time slot on its own day just for their connection and learning and growing together. So check the schedule. If you're not sure which region you're in, you can look through those meetings. It does give you a little peek at the states that are included in each of those regions, or you can always contact one of us on the RHY team if you're not sure. But yeah, over the next few days, there'll be space dedicated to you as a grantee and to your geographical peers. So you can have some opportunity to talk about what's unique to where you are located and where you're doing work, and connect with your federal project officers and your point of contacts at RHY, because most of us will be there in those rooms and spaces as well. So any of your training and technical assistance needs will be here all throughout the week to get you connected, answer those questions, share more about what we do, etc.
Thank you, Chandra. It's such an amazing opportunity, and I'm glad we're able to create these 10 different spaces where folks can connect not only with their peers from each region, but also their FPOs. It's a good opportunity and a smaller space for you to get to know a little bit more about who else you're surrounded by, get, opportunity for networking. Maybe someone else is working through same challenges as you, and get those contacts from them. You can video call them, you can message them, and I'm glad that we have that space. So thank you for sharing that, Chandra. What other aspects are y'all excited about for national training? Regina, do you have another workshop that you're really looking forward to, but maybe you're going to miss it because you'll be in another space? There's a twist to this question.
Yes. Well, so I'm excited about a lot of the workshops. In particular, like I'm feeling the service provider showcase and how we are showcasing communities across the country who are sharing their innovative work and effective practices that they're doing and implementing locally and elevating that space. And so because there's so much awesomeness across this whole week, each workshop is going to be recorded. So you will be able to access all of the recordings for each workshop. If there's a couple that are happening at the same time and you're not able to attend, you'll be able to go back and watch the recording from those different workshops that you weren't able to go to, which is excellent. So you don't have to worry about missing out on anything.
Correct. Yes, I know. I will definitely feel like I'm missing out, but I'm glad that I can go back and watch those recordings. So yes, those will be available. The PowerPoints will be available during the workshops. We will have links provided to you all. So we will make sure y'all don't miss anything. All the information that you want recorded will be there. The PowerPoints will be there. So we want to make sure you walk away with anything that you need. Chandra, how about you? What else are you excited about at National Training?
Well, I was just going to say one thing that nobody has to miss out on is the plenary sessions, because those are happening on their own. So all of us can be there live and in person. And I know that I'm really looking forward to our opening plenary session. Dr. Ginwright is somebody I have personally followed for a long time and really influenced my work in the field prior to coming to the RHY team. So I mean, I'll just say I nominated them and I'm so excited that they were selected, that they're going to be our opening presenter. So I'll definitely be in that session, taking notes furiously.
Yes, I'm so excited for Dr. Ginwright, and thank you for talking about nomination. I mean, selecting the workshops and the amazing keynote speakers, this took many people. You know, it was our FPOs, our Action for Impact team, our RHY team, and youth and young adults. Like this really took a team of people to make sure our grantees, our attendees have the best experience and we share what's needed in the field. And I'm glad we're able to deliver. I would like to share, and I don't think we've talked much about this, is that we've talked about self-care, and we have a self-care workshop happening on Wednesday, the 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern. So this is a yoga workshop that Kristen will be leading. She's amazing. We're really excited to have her, and you know, she practices yoga in a way where it's not it's open to anyone with any ability. So I think when we think of yoga, sometimes it can be but we can think it might be physically limiting, but her vision for yoga is so much different. She focuses on healing, she focuses on resilience, and I'm glad that we will have that opportunity. I'm excited to have that time to pause and reflect and just get excited for what's coming up for rest of the day Wednesday. So make sure you come check out that workshop happening on the 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern. And before everyone leaves, I know we're getting close to our time, but please remember you have 3 minutes to go jump into the attendee, the artistic, goodness, I am forgetting, meet the artist space. There you go. That is still happening. There's a few minutes left if you would like to jump into that space, but otherwise, if you're currently RHY funded grantee, please join us at the new grantee orientation happening at 2 p.m. today. And then tomorrow is the beginning of national training. We start tomorrow, so join us. We will see you all there. And if you're youth and young adult, there's also Youth Nook happening. So that's a space only for youth and young adults. It's a space we would, for us to welcome youth and young adults, to show us, to get them comfortable with the platform, but also do many different activities, and that's a space where we also want to show them gratitude, because this event wouldn't happen without our youth and young adults. And I'm really excited that this year we have such a heavy involvement of youth and young adults in every space, whether it was for our workshops, our expo booth, any space that we could think of, youth and young adults were involved and are involved. So I'm glad that we were able to do that. But otherwise, thank you all so much for being here, and we're really, really looking forward to seeing you all for the next few days. And yeah, let's go. If you have time to explore, go explore the attendee hub, sneak at some of the sessions that are coming up in the next few days, and select your favorites. And remember, even your second favorites, you can go back to them when they're recorded, you'll be able to access them. But otherwise, thank you all, and we're looking forward to the rest of this week.